Traditional Filipino games in the Philippines are games commonly played by children, usually using native materials or instruments. In the Philippines, due to limited resources of toys for Filipino children, they usually invent games without the need of anything but the players themselves. One of these traditional games is called kapitang bakud. Kapitang bakud is usually played by 10 to 20 or more players, and it is an outdoor game. One player is chosen as the tagger. Other players run from place to place and save themselves from being tagged by holding onto a fence, a post, or any object made of wood or bamboo. When the tagger touches or tags any one of the players who is not touching any bamboo or wood, the player tagged will be the next tagger. If 30 or more players are playing, it is advisable to have 2 or 3 taggers at the same time.
Langit Lupa. Langit Lupa is a chasing game is a variation of habulan where players can be immune from being tagged as long they stand on an elevated surface. The game's name describes how the chaser cannot reach players who are elevated from the earth. The game is for at least 3 players who will gather in a circle.
Hello everyone, I'm Iris Claire and welcome to my game presentation, Jack and Poi. Jack and Poi, according to Chinese Ming Dynasty, the game dates back to the time of the Chinese Han Dynasty 206 BC to 220 AD. It was called Shao Shilling. By the 18th century, these games had become popular in Japan. The most common name in Japanese is Jankin. The origin of the name is unknown. Ken is a feast in Japanese and Janken-kun is categorized as a cane feast game. Cane games began to increase in popularity in the middle of the 19th century, and by the early 20th century, rock, paper, scissors or Jack and Poi had spread beyond Asia. Children play the game but have different chants. Some even have additional hand movements. Game instructions. 2 players play this game. At the end of each line of the song, they put their hands out at exactly the same time in one of 3 sides: rock, paper, or scissors. Here's how to make a sign. Rock, make a fist. Paper, put out a flat hand horizontal to the ground. Scissors, put out the index and the middle finger imitating scissors. And here's how you determine who won the round depending upon which symbol each kid put out. Rock beats the scissors. Imagine a rock breaking the scissors, and then scissors beats the paper. Imagine the scissors cutting the paper, and then paper beats the rock. Imagine a piece of paper covering a rock. If both kids choose the same symbol, neither win that round. Whoever wins the most times by the end of the song is the winner.
Sino mang matalo ay siyang unggoy. Kadang-kadang or karang in Bisaya and tiyakan in Tagalog means bamboo stilts game in English. This game originated in Cebu, Central Philippines. Balance and concentration are the 2 most important skills a player possesses in playing kadang-kadang.
Eskrima. Eskrima or arnis de mano stick fighting was developed over a period of many centuries in the Philippines, as our people fought for their independence from foreign invaders. Originated from the central part of Philippines. The name comes from Spanish term eskrima, which means fencing. Arnis is the official national sport and the martial art of the Philippines. It is also known as kali or eskrima and is a form of martial costumes of eskrima. In the Philippines, arnis doesn't really have stiff rules on uniforms. On practice sessions, you can wear your usual exercise outfit. In tournaments, the rules vary. This is also unlike most of the martial arts, which have strict requirements on their uniform. In the 1970s, Grandmaster Remy Amador Posas developed a system he called Modern Arnis Eskrima, and he proposed this uniform: red loose pants, white shirt, and belts, white, brown, or black. And at the present, the Philippine National Games Palarong Pambansa requires arnis athletes to wear the same. Plain red pants, school or club logo may appear on the pants. Plain white t-shirt, athlete's name, school, club logo, and sponsors may appear on the shirt provided this does not dominate the overall appearance of the. Is eskrima good for self-defense? In a way, Kali's self-defense is very similar to Wing Chun, but without certain specific elements. Whether you use one or two weapons, you will always use both hands in Kali, which will certainly prepare you for a lot of potential situations better than some other martial. How good is eskrima? Well, it can be incredibly effective. Lalo sa eskrima is a very direct, power-driven system. That said, I've seen plenty of what I call fancy and bad robe practitioners as well who do a lot of stick twirling and complete slacks and disarm. Is eskrima deadly? Known as eskrima, arnis, or kali, this blend of Chinese martial arts and Spanish sword fighting is serious business. It's a very deadly art form. Instructor Dan Pincozy said, "If you are versed in eskrima and have sticks with you, you can easily hold off 10 to 12 men." 6 ways to do eskrima. Number 1. Practicing your footwork. Number 2. Stand in the center of the X with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Number 3. Burst forward in the V to jump a horizontal. Number 4. Step back in the lower V to move out of the way of a horizontal strike. Number 5. Move your closest foot first, then slide the other into place to move sideways. Number 6. Shuffle your rear leg to the right or left to move a circular path. There are 8 learning basic strike. Number 1. Hold one training sword so your second knuckle lines up with the edge. Number 2. Imagine your second knuckle line as a blade edge if you're using a stick. Number 3. Keep your empty hand tight to your chest to protect it. Number 4. Make an X pattern as you swing to send basic slashes. Number 5. Roll your wrist forward as you slash to perform a redonda. Number 6. Twist your wrist, hip, and shoulder to send an abanico strike. Number 7. Hit with the butt of the stick or sword to send a puño strike. Number 8. Move forward or backward at an angle when you send a strike.
Luksong baka. Luksong baka is a traditional Filipino game. It's called jump over the cow. In English, the original game is simply consisted of 3 to 10 players. It first started from Bulacan. The main goal of this game is jump over the person called baka or the cow without touching or falling over them. How to play a luksong baka? Basically, it is like leapfrog where you try to not jump on someone's back but over it. First, there should be a bakang lala or a cow. Second, again, do not jump on someone's back. Third, the baka starts beating down on its knees and hands on the floor. Fourth, all players have to jump over the baka as the baka slowly rises up. Fifth, the baka is able to tag the person jumping over. If baka fails, the person replaces the baka in a beating position. So the tips, never jump too high or it may cause injuries. Luksong baka, our group's method. You have to make a group of 5 people. After you pick your groups, you have to choose one person to be the baka from the other team. After everyone has jumped over the baka will chase anyone he or she can. If she can't hit anyone, it is the other team's point. That's all and thank you.